the whole time, because you're there where other presidents live, you feel reassured about our country. And even after September 11th, when something happened that shocked us all so, that we could get through it and that we could keep going. And that presence of other presidents and other families is what's so reassuring.
What do you miss most about not being in the White House?
The chef. So does George. We miss all the people that work there, and that was the other advantage we had. We already knew everyone that worked there.
As First Lady, you of course fought for women's rights around the world in countries such as Afghanistan, right? Can you tell us what inspired your work and how that work has continued since your time in the White House?
After September 11th, when everyone looked, and especially when American women looked at Afghanistan and saw the way women were treated there, they weren't educated. The very idea of a country that would forbid half of its population from being educated was a shock, I think, to Americans, and especially, I think, American women.
So before you married President Bush, you taught children for nearly 10 years in various schools in Texas, and you were a school librarian in Austin. What first drew you to education?
Well, this is, I'm sure, true for a lot of women. I loved my second grade teacher so much I wanted to be just like her. And I did stay friends with her for the rest of her life. And so I just knew always that I wanted to teach. And I did. I love teaching.
Can you tell us why you are so devoted to the outdoors and a bit more about your work now?
We started this long before George was president, hiking every summer in a national park, and we'd entered the national park concession lottery to hike from tented camp to tented camp in Yosemite, which has in the High Sierras a very short season in the middle of the summer when you can hike there. We're so lucky in our country. The national parks are called America's best idea. And we really are lucky that our most beautiful natural landscapes and our most important historic sites are protected as national parks.
How did you maintain a normal life amid all the noise going on outside the White House?
I think a lot of it is we'd had that experience of being in the White House and knew it was possible to have a normal life there when we'd been there with the Bushes. But also, life just goes on and you know it. And when you live there, you know that too.